Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of EETV, where we strive to bring you everything in entertainment. And with the recent release of Spider Man No Way Home, there have been a flood of reviews by various YouTube channel creators. And I'm not going to do that because there's reviews out there everywhere. And since this is a smaller channel, we got to take a different approach to this so you can find interest in this video. So, with Tom Holland playing Peter Parker, an alternate version of him, and we see how the story has planned out, what does this mean for any comic book movies or for any movies going forward, given this success of Spider-Man No Way Home? Well, I took an analysis of this, and this is what I came up with. Given that basically it's an origin story across 3 movies, I think that might be the new approach going now on, especially for the superhero genre of movies. If you tell an origin story between 2 and 3 movies, you have more time to flush out the character, their flaws, their strengths, any supporting characters around them, and you really get to see them in a different light. This is why certain series, comic book series, who've become certain comic books that are TV series have done well, like Star Trek The Next Generation and some of the other Marvel movies that were told in on a smaller screen format, going with different episodes instead of movies. That's why it seemed to be successful, because you get to really tell the story out, and you're not limited between 2. You're not limited in the time limit of an hour and a half to 3.5 hours to tell a story. So I think this might be the norm going through. I definitely think this should be the norm going through, especially with certain characters that people want to see brought to the big screen. They should definitely go the route of flushing out an origin story over 2 or 3 parts. I think that should be the way going on, because you get so much more. And then when you get to that 3rd part or even the 4th part, you'll be surprised what kind of movie you'll get. Now, this is an example I'm going to take. Now, you've seen people who have already seen the movie, and you've already seen other Spider-Man films, like the Tobey Maguire, the ones that Tobey Maguire starred in, and the ones that Andrew Garfield starred in, which is my personal favorite, because I think Andrew Garfield's portrayal of Spider-Man is the closest to the comic books. What if they make another Amazing Spider-Man 3, and they put Venom in it this time? And some of the same people who dealt with Spider-Man No Way Home dealt with Amazing Spider-Man 3, and they decided to put Venom in it. I think it would be a great movie, a very great movie, because you already have the origin of Andrew Garfield brought over from Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. You've seen the trials that he's been through. You also see that he's also a more seasoned Spider-Man now, because he's been to an alternate universe and met his 2 counterparts from different dimension. And you see the kind of groundwork you have here, and what Sony and Marvel could do. You can even make another Tobey Maguire movie as well, and it'll do very well, because you have the origin story, and after you have the origin story and everything is all the groundwork has been laid, and you can go forward with the story and use different story ideas from different comic books and from Spider-Man mythos, and you can expand the character even further. Now, what this should do is it should make any future projects not only more equitable, the future projects should be a lot better as far as the storyline for the fans and for people who are not fans who are discovering the character for the first time, because you're actually taking the time to draw the story out. So what this should have taught anyone what this should have taught anyone looking to bring a comic book character or anime character, Cowboy Bebop, Cowboy Bebop, is that you should stick to the source material as close as possible. Pay attention for what the fans want, because they're the ones who've been exposed to the material the longest, and take your time drawing the story out. That's what we got on that one. And I just throw a little bit in for Cowboy Bebop. I didn't like it. It was horrible. The cinematography was good. Like, it looked like the real world representation of the anime, but everything else was so much wrong about it. I don't know. Tell me. We can start a discussion on this. I have a Facebook page too. The acronym, we're changing the acronym. Before we called the channel Enigma Entertainment Television, but now we're going to change the acronym to Everything Entertainment Television, because we're not only will be covering, movie reviews, anime, comics, just anything in pop culture we're going to be dealing with. Also toys, figurines, everything. This is the future and how we're going to take this channel. Once again, good to be back. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Tell me what you think about them. Should the intellectual properties be utilized, and if it's an origin story, that it should be spread over 2 or 3 parts? Or look at this. Or if you're going to go with if you're going to do that, maybe have a character. I'm just using, since the video was about Spider-Man, I'm going to use Miles Morales as an example. Let's say you find the actor is going to portray Miles Morales, and you have him in a Netflix series first, and really draw out his origin over about 10 to 12 episodes, or maybe longer than that, maybe two seasons. Do 10 episodes each, 20 episodes, an hour each episode, and then you can do the movie after that. And you'll see how much more the movie will add to the mythos, because you already had everybody watch the origin story, and mostly everybody has a Netflix account already, so it'll do it. Now, and also, while I'm on the Spider-Man mythos, look what they can do with Daredevil. Daredevil's already been fleshed out over a couple seasons already. So if and we saw Charlie Cox with his nice cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home, and if they do that with Daredevil, look how good a Daredevil movie would be, since you already have the origin, you have the groundwork. All you have to do is attach on a great story onto the film. That's the formula now. Have a long, grounded out origin story, either over 2 to 3 movies or 2 seasons of a TV series, then do films afterwards. And if you really want to break down the formula, you have that, and also you have the TV series build up to a big event, then the movie tackles the big event, and then the TV series picks up another arc, and then builds up again, and then the next film tackles the big issue from the following arc. So it should be TV series lays the groundwork, builds up the arc, movie finishes off said arc. Rinse and repeat. Tell me what you think about that. Like, share, and subscribe if you feel like it. Once again, it's great to be back. Happy holiday season for everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We're back here at Everything Entertainment, EETV. Tell me what you think. We'll start a conversation in the comment section. The first people who comment, I will answer your question directly, and we'll take it from there. Have a good day, everybody.